That's a very good example of housewives doing a procurement. Do you really think during like these days our housewives also do procurement?
It's a step by step away from the housewife. Maybe it's wrong.
Amar, like when you don't not doing procurement and negotiation, definitely you would be negotiating with your wife. That's a different case itself. What do you do off the clock? How do you unwind it?
They choose the young generation right now. Whoever I'm seeing, they are not reading, or they are getting their knowledge from the TikTok or from Facebook or from Instagram.
Hello everyone and welcome to the another episode of X to 10X, the podcast where we dive into the minds and methods of people, turning experience into exponential growth. I'm your host Yasir and today we are exploring a field that plays a critical role in driving business performance, cost leadership and strategic value procurement. Our guest today is the seasoned leader in the procurement world with a strong background in transforming supply chain functions, managing high value negotiation, and building procurement team across multiple markets in the region. He currently leads a procurement team in one of the very famous and respected FMCG group in the Middle East with a track record of aligning procurement with the business growth, innovation, and sustainability. I'm talking about none other than Amr El Shourbagy. Hello, Amr. How are you
Ah,
doing?
yes. How are you?
I'm doing great. Today, in the conversation, we will unpack how procurement has evolved, the rising role of gamification in driving performance, and we will even step away from the boardroom to hear what keeps him ground outside the work. Whether you are in operation, strategy, or simple looking scale matter, the episode is unpacked with value. Let's dive into it. So, Amar, what are the most common misconception people have about procurement, especially in the leadership role?
Yes. So you started very hot question, which is the myth concepts about procurement. So two things. Procurement are PO creators, and procurement is withers of negotiation.
That's right.
So I want something for procurement, create the PO, purchase order. Okay? Or give it to procurement at the end, we have finished everything, let them negotiate and give me a 5 or 10% decrease in the price. This is, I can see it over my last 27 years. And I did this sin when I was in supply chain or when I was in marketing with the procurement. I was giving them the same thing. So this is the two misconceptions. Let us step back. What is procurement? What is the name of the word procurement? If you speak about breaking up the name, it's a professional, cure, which is you are curing, okay? And then it is meant, which is the deed itself, the function itself. So actually, the English word of procurement is that you are procuring or you are before the action, not after the action.
Exactly.
And this is in my work, in my experience, this is the problem that they are procurement is being onboarded after the action. And here I'm just all the time saying, guys, there is a big difference between purchasing and procurement. The world needs procurement where the world doesn't need that much purchasing right now.
It's a mixed term, like people usually mix procurement and purchasing. So, how do you differentiate that?
It's a two levels.
Hmm.
You cannot even put them into one task. It's a two levels. Procurement is I am adding value through my internal understanding. Let us try to make it very simple with a simple housewife going to the supermarket. Okay? Because I believe that what they are doing going to the supermarket, looking at the shelves, scanning the shelves, okay, which you are doing, scanning the market, getting the best price and value for the family, right?
Right.
This is
Correct.
procurement, simple procurement. Okay, because she has done the task. She scanned, she got the different quotations, she went, and she's saying that what is my need? She identified her need very well, scanned the market, and got it. And got it when she's getting it trying to understand how much it's a value pack, it's not a value pack, it's this.
Understand.
This is a procurement. Purchasing is your kit. Going with 100 dirhams to buy something. I'm purchasing it. So I'm purchasing it. I'm not scanning the market. I don't care. I'm purchasing it. So I'm creating the act of purchasing. I am buying. While procurement is what the housewife is doing.
That's a very good example of housewives doing a procurement. Do you really think during like these days our housewives also do procurement?
That is step by step away from the housewife. Maybe it's wrong. No, but I am all the time seeing that the life is the master and life is the teacher. Okay, and what we have done in our life. And for me, procurement is a philosophy, not a career. All my time is that procurement is a philosophy. And if you believe in the philosophy of procurement and end to end, you are a successful procurement.
Very nice.
Okay, you are a successful business partner. Let me say it to you this way.
So it's not a process, it's a philosophy. You can do a procurement in your daily life also, definitely. Identifying the needs, then going to the market, checking the market, getting the best quote from the suppliers, and getting the best value added services,
Exactly.
the needs, everything. What do you think about if we gamify this procurement into a supplier management? How will it work in the industry?
Look, one of the how can I put it, very furious sins, I'm saying it, when you speak about supplier management is that he is not a partner, he's a supplier. This means that a transactional supplier means that you are going on the runway, on the highway, you're seeing one, you're going, and you are buying from him, and that's it. No. This is I'm saying is the transactional. Okay? But your supermarket, your neighborhood supermarket is not a supplier, is a partner.
Okay.
Because you need to create with them a partnership. So all the time as supplier management, this means you are putting them under the transactional one. But the world needs, or the business needs, the strategic partners. Someone who are completing me as a producer. I have a brand, but without the raw material or packaging material or the media or whatever, I'm not capable of selling this brand. I'm not capable of manufacturing. I'm not capable of selling it. So I need someone to partner with me to help me in my P&L, in creating my P&L to be sold out. So if you can imagine that someone is helping you in P&L, you're calling him a supplier or a partner.
partner.
He's a partner.
Okay, understand. Could you walk us through a real world procurement cycle at your level? What does strategic procurement look like apart from like where you are working right now?
So normal strategic procurement in my level, I'm looking at the high value added, which is satisfying the company goals. Another way. So I need, the company is asking me that, or one of the goals of the company, we need to have a growth by 5%. How to have a growth? Means that you need to sell more. How to sell more? I produce more. Good. But how to produce more? To sell in this modern world means that what? I need to reach more consumers. How I reach more consumers? This means that I want to create in my P&L a gap that I can spend behind my brand. So this gap, looking at the P&L, it should be from the COGS, it should be from the marketing spend, it should be from the logistic cost. Okay, I'm taking it, and this is in my cycle where I started to add value through my P&L knowledge. So most of the time we are taking decisions not on the transactional. I want to see my P&L total support the business. Okay, so very basic life example, we will want to launch a new brand, and launching a new brand means that I want to look at the different suppliers that we have through a co-manufacturing and then through a branding and so you need to go to a supplier start to from the end, not from the start. I want to produce 1 million cases, it's a number, with a margin of 15%. Can you help me? And here I am having him as an ownership with me in my P&L.
Yes.
Okay. Try one of the new methodologies that I like it all the time, which is profit at risk.
Okay.
You are not giving a supplier or a partner, sorry, you are not giving him a fixed amount. You are partnering with him. So a slab of 1 million, if we agree on 1 million, this would be the cost.
Okay.
A slab of 1,000,010, this would be the cost. So I am increasing his partnership commitment with me. And try not to rip out, and this one my really advice for all the procurement young people going there. Your role is not to rip out the supplier or to empty his pockets. If he wants to have a margin of 20%, keep the margin of 20%. Keep it. Because this is where he's strong. This is where he will be starting supporting you. And in the FMCG world, who is our first consumer? Is the one next sitting on the other side of the table, is our partner. Don't ever forget that he's your first consumer.
Correct.
So you need to please the consumer.
Correct. I remember you saying this always, that to the supplier, that I don't want to reduce your margin. I don't want to earn by losing you or giving you a loss. That is something you always used to say.
This is the philosophy. If you are having someone important in your life, you want him to lose?
No.
So can you imagine that he is the one who's supporting you in your P&L? You want him to lose? No. Because he is strong and he is working on innovation. He has the same goals and mindset. Our partner should have the same goals and mindset and values. So they need to grow. I like the ambitious partners. I like someone to come and tell me, I'm working in this field. How can I go to this field? Let me help you. Come.
Very nice. Great. I have seen Amr negotiating high values contracts when it comes to a high negotiation procurement strategies. By the way, let me tell you, Amr is my procurement mentor. We have worked 3 years together in the procurement, and I've seen him like working so hard for bringing the cost down, and as well as keeping the value also intact to be delivered. Amr, like when you don't not doing procurement and negotiation, definitely you would be negotiating with your wife. That's a different case itself. What do you do off the clock? How do you unwind it?
Look, I believe again that the procurement is a philosophy, and I am fond of two things outside of my career. It's reading, okay, and movies. And both of them for me are movies is the industry that has dominated the 20th century. If I need to rename the 20th century, it's a movie. It's a showcase. So even in my presentation, if you remember, I all the time trying to get sites from novels, trying to get sites from movies. Because all the time I believe that could be the completion of our world.
So you can drain all
So
your.
I'm reading, and in the third time, I'm learning.
Okay.
Especially on the novels, because when you are reading novels, you are reading the extraction of other people's philosophy.
That's nice.
So you are taking a pill instead of learning by yourself. Someone is giving you a pill that you are, it's like a vaccine.
Mm.
So guys, novels are vaccine.
Vaccines. Okay, nice. Usually, procurement have a pressure where they need to do a cost saving, but at the same time, you need to keep the value also intact and the innovation also intact. While doing this in your career, how do you balance it?
In none of my negotiation, I was looking to bottom line.
Hmm.
That I am going and you are selling this with 1 dirham, I need to get it with 90 fils. And that's it. See, I'm winning.
Hmm.
I am trying to understand how to give you or to give us, or to give this partnership an end-to-end solution. If really you are going with the mindset of this, okay, and also procurement, to be a very good negotiator, you need to be a chess player. I was telling you,
Yes.
you need to learn chess. Okay?
I remember that.
Because in the chess, the best move is the forcé. This is the best move ever. If you start forcing your partner to go to the place that's where his king will die. So, how can I convince you to go to this place? Except you trust me.
Yeah.
Okay? Your king will not die at the end, but we are reaching out a level. So, in very simple words, whoever wants to work in procurement means that you are the interface of your company. Like I'm saying it, the marketing and the salespeople are the interface with the consumers. You are the interface of the partners. Take care of this.
Very nice. Everyone is into procurement. Everyone is saying, like, I've seen a lot of people, like, I know procurement and I'm into procurement. Any advice to the youngsters?
Look, procurement means when you sit down in any discussion, you understand what is the market. To tell you, the young generation right now, whoever I'm seeing, they are not reading, or they are getting their knowledge from the TikTok or from Facebook or from Instagram, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is not the world. This is the entertaining world. So if you want to sit, and my pure advice for any procurement, you need to have knowledge, because simply you cannot negotiate something which you don't understand it. You cannot sit and analyze things that you don't understand it. If you go right now and sit in front of SAP or Oracle or how you understand to have a cost breakdown. Try whenever you are getting or trying to go into negotiation or buying anything, try to understand not the price. Don't be a purchaser. Try to break down the cost, because when you break down the cost, you will understand where it could be the inflation in the price. Or if you insist of having from different quotations cost breakdown, you will plot very quickly who has a higher margin than him does.
Very nicely said. Don't be a purchaser. Go for the cost breakdown. If you are entering into a negotiation room, prepare yourself. It is always says that in a peacetime, prepare for the war. So when you're not into a negotiation, when you're not doing procurement, go for the market, go for the survey. What one thing I learned while working with Amar is like, keep the market, keep an eye on the market, keep an eye on the oil prices, because when we were dealing with logistics, we were keeping an eye on the oil market. So we used to bet, by the way, sometime that let's see what will be the rate for the petrol tomorrow, and sometime I used to win and sometime definitely boss is always right. That's wrap up today's powerful episode from X to 10X. Huge thanks to Amr El Shourbagy for joining us and sharing his deep insights into the evolving world of procurement, from strategic alignment to innovative practices like gamification. If you find value in this conversation, go ahead and hit that follow button. Leave us a rating and share it with someone who is planning to lead smarter and scale faster. The podcast is all about learning from our real moves behind real growth. Until next time, stay tuned, stay hold, keep pushing for X to 10X. Thank you very much.